Got multi-talented actor Stephen Tompkinson on the programme. He's back on our screens tonight, taking the role of Detective Chief Inspector Banks. The show is an adaptation of the hugely successful novel by crime writer Peter Robinson, and it was all filmed on location here in Leeds. We're going to talk about that next. Stephen joins us now. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Alex.
I'm so thrilled to talk to you, and I'll tell you why. I fell in love with you in that Brassed Off movie, and it makes me cry, and I watch it once or twice a year, and I think that's your crowning moment. You played it beautifully. Congratulations.
Thank you very much indeed. It was a project that really mattered to me and still does, and I still get very emotional watching it as well.
You're Northern, and I love that about you. Tell us where you're from and what you're all about, because you seem to understand real people.
Well, I hope so. I mean, I have my mum and dad to thank for that. They were both very real people as well. I was from Stockton-on-Tees originally, and my dad worked for the Yorkshire Bank, so we moved around a bit, a few years in Scarborough, and then I settled in St Anne's-on-Sea, on the wrong side of the Pennines.
You see, I mean that as a great compliment. You're of the people, and that's so important with the roles you play. I know this current one is very different, but in the past, you've really mastered the art of looking like you're not acting.
Well, I hope so. I mean, a lot of people say, yeah, you're very much an everyman kind of actor, and I think, well, that makes up the populace. So if you want people to understand you, just try to be as real as possible without airs and graces.
Well, I think you've mastered that. But then you've kind of lost the acting side, and then we've seen you on balloons flying over Australia and things like that. You've had a varied career.
Yeah, it's been wonderful. There's been an awful lot of travelling. I'm sick of looking at suitcases, but what a treat I've had. Yeah, it's been a fantastic couple of years.
And of course, not only these documentaries, you've got your Wild at Heart as well, which takes you all over for months on end. Is there any fun in that, being away from friends and family and making this show that looks beautiful in the end, but takes forever to record?
Yeah, it is hard work, but it's an absolutely beautiful place to be, and it's sort of equidistant between Pretoria and Johannesburg in the beautiful bush countryside there. And there's only an hour's time difference, so when you get home, thanks to the wonderful miracle of Skype, you can still talk to people without, disturbing them from their bed, so you don't feel as far away as you actually are.
Do you enjoy it? I mean, have you come to terms with your life now, which is on the road, isn't it, mainly?
Pretty much. I guess that is a sort of actor's life, is, they always say you're living out of a suitcase, and I do that quite literally. But, I couldn't have chosen a more varied career, and it's that's the spice of life for me, certainly.
How do ITV look after you? Are you allowed to take anybody with you, or are you there alone?
Well, no, we get 10 minutes away from where the set is a Jack Nicklaus designed golf course with a housing estate around it, and I have a lovely house there for 5 months of the year. My back garden is a lake, and we're never short of visitors. No, especially when there was rumours of the World Cup being on in South Africa, people were queuing up years before to come and visit.
How do you find the majesty of Africa and the animals that you co-star with? It changes your life. There's something magical about it, isn't there?
Oh, very much so. And I'd never spent a lot of time in Africa before, but you're so aware of Mother Nature there. You're surrounded by these incredible creatures who've been there for thousands of years before you, and you just try and share a little bit of the environment with them. And you've always got to be, you can never be too relaxed, as I found out on Thursday when I was kicked by a zebra.
Where did he kick you?
On my right cheek.
I meant which place?
I was tying my shoelaces at the time, yes. But no, I have a perfect hoof mark on my right buttock, so I'm leaning to the left at the moment.
Are you sat on a rubber ring as we're talking right now, Stephen?
Yes, exactly.
Is it nice that people want to see you as much as you being someone else? Because there aren't many people who get to do that on TV, are there? That actually get to be you in one programme and then the next programme you're acting.
Yes, no, it's a new thing for me, really, being me. I've spent most of my career trying to be other people, and then it was on the the back of the success of Wild at Heart that they wanted me to do another sort of African adventure. Their first thought asking me to canoe 1,000 miles up the Zambezi, which seemed like much too much hard work. So I preferred to just stand in a laundry basket and be blown about by Mother Nature, which was gorgeous.
I mean, I can only think of Martin Clunes. He's the other one who's got the dream showbiz life that you've got.
Yeah.
Is it easy you being you? Because I know some actors really struggle when they haven't got a script.
Yes, but I've been very fortunate that have such an ebullient character as Robin Batchelor, who's the balloon pilot and a true English eccentric explorer. So we fired off each other very well, and the rest of the time, you know, when you're up in a hot air balloon, the vistas that you get are just fantastic. Even when you hit the ground at 40 miles an hour, as we did in Australia. It was a little hairy moment, but it made very good television.
And of course, you're back on TV with this new programme. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, Detective Chief Inspector Alan Banks is the most dogged and determined character that I've ever played. It's proper grown-up detective stuff. It's more in the genre of, say, Prime Suspect than Midsummer Murders. So it is very gritty and real, and Peter's books sort of concentrate quite a lot on the police procedural aspect of cases, that even when you're convinced you've got the right person for the crime, you know, that there are so many technical loopholes that clever lawyers can get clients off with. And in this case, where 5 young girls have gone missing from the Leeds area over a period of 9 months, you know, you can imagine there's quite a big media circus has whooped up, and even if they manage to get an arrest, will that person get a fair trial because of all the media involvement? And it's all these things that add to the frustration of the modern policeman.
And of course, it's all filmed around here. Was it nice being in West Yorkshire?
It was absolutely gorgeous. I hadn't spent much time up in Leeds since filming Brassed Off, being up in Yorkshire, and Leeds has changed an awful lot, and it's a beautiful city, and we had such a great time. There was a very unique atmosphere on set, and well, as you said, and as I'm hoping, that you know, there's 18 more novels to film, so we're keeping everything crossed that we can spend a lot more time.
Christmas is coming, we've got a mortgage to pay, we've got to keep you busy, haven't we?
Exactly.
And what did you do when you were here? Did you stay in a hotel, or did they give you a flat, and did you get to eat out and stuff like that?
Yeah, well, actually, most of the time when we were filming, we did sort of split days. So we were filming from sort of 11 in the morning till 11 at night. So most places were closed by the time we finished filming. But I was in digs in the Chambers in Leeds, and it was great. I just had the loveliest time, and as I say, hoping to come back.
What would be your dream role? I mean, you've been able to do so many different things, and you're everywhere, and we still enjoy seeing you. Is there anything that you'd like to do that's still left to achieve?
I've always sort of wanted to play Richard III on stage, so maybe West Yorkshire could give me a go. I went up to see my mate Phil Jackson in Death of a Salesman when we were filming Banks, and it's a wonderful theatre space, the West Yorkshire, so I'd like to play there as well.
And how are you when people come up and say, "Can I have your autograph?" Is it fun being you?
Yeah, I'm usually very happy, because there's, as I say, there's been enough variety that somewhere along the line someone will enjoy something you've done, and yeah, it's very nice. People are usually have the goodwill factor involved, you know, with shows like Ballykiss Angel and Wild at Heart, so it's nice.
Listen, congratulations on everything. You're the star of being DCI Banks, and that's Aftermath. It starts at 9 o'clock on Monday, 27th of September. That'll be today, nothing gets past me, on ITV1. A real thrill for me to talk to you, because I'm a huge fan, and I just love that Brassed Off. And
thanks, Alex.
Shall we end with some brass? Because you can't beat it, can you? It just moves you, and you played it so beautifully in Brassed Off. I'm going to go and watch that tonight in your honour at the same time you're on ITV1, and I'll Sky Plus it. Nobody will know the difference, you see. Great to talk to you. Thank you, Stephen.
Thanks very much, Alex.
Ta-da.
Bye.